I challenge you to a dance-off. Hands off, no trash talk, no backwalk. On the black top, just me, you, that's all.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Bando. Today I have a new strategy video to go through, and it's the HeGiHoBo. So it's another hobo raid, and based around healers, giants, hogs, and bowlers. Town Hall 9 raid absolutely smashes it. Now, in this war that I did a recap for, feel free to go ahead and watch that. Great war, 88 to 88. And War and Glory had a great setup of nines, but War were just absolutely amazing as well, and it came down to percentage in the end. Now, I'm going to be concentrating with 3 different replays on this army, and you can see the base, fairly standard, I would guess you would say, scrim base for Town Hall 9. The Queen's up the top there. She's away and exposed away from these air defences. They're down the bottom. Now you can see a quite central town, clan castle, and yeah, it's all spread out. The thing with Town Hall 9 bases is about being different, having some traps and surprises, and then going from there. So basically how this army works is you have around a dozen giants, you have 13 or 14 hogs, and you have rages, a heal, and possibly jump. Also then you take poisons for the clan castle. And you can see this has 2 ground expos, and all of these attacks I'll be showing were fresh hit 3 stars. This is something War have been using for a little while and perfecting for their guys, and it's something that definitely a lot of other clans are starting to kick onto a bit more. We at Aussie Addicts, we've missed it. We haven't gotten into this, so now seeing this, I'm putting this replay out for my guys, especially to get out and have a look. How this army works is you basically hit your main army into the Queen. Because she's got no air defences guarding her, those giants will take the full capacity, 100% healing from those healers, and be able to go through and wreck it. They do good DPS. Giants have always done good DPS, and when I first hit Town Hall 11 years ago, it was actually my very first unit I upgraded. So let's have a look at the basis of this army. So this army, it needs to be something that you can play and you can work out on the go, because you've got to be prepared for surprises. You have a look now, you can see out comes a Troll Tesla. He's only put 9 giants up the top. Sorry, he put, how many was that? 7 giants up the top. That gave him a bit of room to be able to put the giants in different places. You can see 2 ground skeletons there on the outside. That's a little bit different. Out come now the hero, the bowlers, and that first rage for the middle. That means the giants are going to get raged, the heroes, the bowlers are going to get raged, and when the bowlers get raged, they just do insane damage. Now, after that, of course, the healers are going to come through, and they're going to enjoy that rage. Poisons go down for the clan castle, and then you can see that second rage coming out, and now what Notorious BIC has done, has hogged to be able to save his Queen, to make sure that the Queen, she walked around and pathed around the outside, and he wanted to make sure he's kept that Queen alive, and reacted by putting the hogs out there. 14 hogs is a lot, so it gives you a lot of room to be able to drop down 4 or 5 hogs here and there, or to lose 4 or 5 hogs to a double giant bomb, as is what happened there. Probably had a little bit too many on the table, but still got the healers going through the middle. I've mentioned this in many of my other raids. It's the raid that keeps on giving, because your healers are keeping up your other units and keeping it going, and that train is still rolling. So old Jimmy Bob's in the middle there, full health, still got a couple of bowlers with him. The Queen, she's gone around the outside. She's still got her ability, pops out at the end there. Just the one troll building on the outside of course, that Tesla. So, yeah, great attack, Notorious. We're going to go and have a look at a couple more, and I will speed them up a little bit. We're going to look at number 18, and this is Kid Chaos. And Kid Chaos, you can see the army selection there. A dozen giants, 4 healers. This time he's taken 1 jump and just the 2 rages, and then the 1 heal as well. And you can see 1 ground expo, 1 air expo. Now you can see where he places these giants. Nowhere near an air defense that's going to hassle those healers, but there is an air defense that's going to be fairly close. So this was an interesting attack to watch, because he uses his jump early to be able to path his giants and his king into that queen, and then those healers as well. But that's going to allow those giants to get through and then get towards that air defense so he doesn't lose too many healers. Just the one healer goes down, one takes a lot of damage, but old Jimmy Bob, he goes out and runs around by himself. So what he does is uses a few hogs to go for Jimmy. So that's going to keep his king alive. That's going to allow those hogs to get quite a few defences by themselves. And then also he's still got the healer running around. One healer stayed with his bowlers and queen running through the middle. And you can see that last lot of hogs are there. So what I like about this is the people aren't just spamming down all of the giants. They aren't just spamming down all of the hogs. They're controlling them. And if you see a troll Tesla that's in a bad spot, you've got a couple of giants you can react with. You can see 7 or 8 wizards seem to be the combo that WARR's using for these. So that gives them 1 or 2 wizards for cleanup at the end. Or it even gives them 3 or 4. You can see another corner hut there. And he did miss the corner Tesla. But he's got plenty of troops left. It's just a matter of time and getting him up there. Could have popped his queen. Another fresh hit 3-star. So great attack, kid. And we're going to have a look at one more, and that's number 19. Now, this is Abby. And Abby, you can see, I'll just pause there for the army combination. 12 giants, 8 wizards, 4 healers, 14 hogs. So it's pretty much the standard. And then there's the 3 rage, 1 heal. Now, I think the giants went in from the top from memory. I've only watched it just the once. But you can see a couple of wizards down now. So they're just to get the quick herd. No, there you go. So the healers are coming from the town hall cell. That queen, she's going to start firing, but all of the giants are on the table. So all 12 giants are there. You might lose 1 or 2 giants. You can actually drop down that first poison, and that'll slow the queen down at least half speed damage and attack speed. And then there's no wall breakers in this combination, so it does make it a little bit easier as well, because your scroll bars can really stuff you up. You can forget things, you can not see things, you can be a little bit concerned, but the giants are going to break through. Anyone that's done mass Valks, see Valks chop through walls as well, but you can see now the healers are spread around, the giants are still going, still got 1 heal, still got 1 rage, the queen uses her ability. Now the healers are centred over Jimmy Bob, the bowlers, but then move around. So there's going to be a lot of variation in this army where the healers move to spots that you don't want them to go. It's trying to hold your abilities where possible. Unfortunately, Abby hasn't got her queen ability left, but you can see now Jimmy Bob comes in. That last rage queen dies, but then that rage picks up. The healers go into the rage. There's the heal spell left. Didn't really need it, so it was a bit of a swag use in the end because the healers were still there. So absolutely amazing army. I know other YouTubers have covered it. I haven't actually seen it in a war yet, so I'm glad I got the opportunity. Cruz asked me to come over and do a recap. So it was a really, really interesting war. 1 attack missed from the teams combined, but when it comes down to percentage, you know that everyone's had a great war, and this is what fair play, and this wasn't an organised, it was a random matchup after potluck. But absolutely amazing war, good fun. So it's a new combo, HeGiHoBo. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you subscribe. And as always, clash on.
You got his eye from across the room. You got his eye. You think, oh my.